Stop chasing her. Stop explaining yourself. Stop trying to fix what she already decided. I know that sounds harsh, but if someone is already pulled away, rejected you, or clearly knows how you feel, doing more will never help you. In today's video, I'm going to break down 10 powerful reasons why stepping back is the smartest move you can make, and exactly how to do it without looking bitter, weak, or emotional. This isn't about manipulation. This isn't about tricks. This is about self-respect, emotional control, and positioning yourself to win, no matter the outcome. Let's get into it. Point 1. If she already knows how you feel, stop doing more. Here's something most men don't want to hear but need to understand. The moment a woman knows that you like her, care about her, or want something more with her, your message has already been delivered. She heard it. She understood it. At that point, repeating your feelings doesn't make them deeper or more meaningful. It actually does the opposite. When you keep explaining how much you care, when you keep reaching out, when you keep trying to prove yourself, it slowly lowers your value in her eyes. Because attraction is not built through persuasion. If a woman genuinely wants to be with you, she doesn't need convincing, she doesn't need reminders, she doesn't need pressure. Interest moves towards you naturally. So if you've already made your intentions clear and her response was pulling away, mixed signals, hesitation, friend zoning, or silence, understand this: you've already done your part. Anything beyond that is no longer confidence, it's over-pursuit. And over-pursuit never creates attraction, it destroys it. Point 2. Chasing her is the fastest way to push her away. This is one of the hardest truths to accept, but it's absolutely real. Every extra text you send, every follow-up call, every random appearance where you hope she notices you, every attempt to stay connected when she's clearly pulling back, all of that sends one clear message, whether you mean it to or not. I need you more than you need me. And the moment that dynamic is felt, attraction starts to collapse. Not because you're a bad person, not because you didn't try hard enough, but because attraction can't survive pressure. Here's what most people get wrong. Distance does not kill attraction. Pressure does. When you chase, you remove mystery, you remove challenge, you remove emotional space, and without space, there's no room for desire to grow. The more you push, the more she instinctively pulls away, not out of cruelty, but out of emotional self-protection. So if she's stepping back, the strongest move you can make isn't to close the gap, it's to stop chasing and let the distance speak for you. Point 3. Silence is not weakness, it's strength. A lot of people misunderstand silence. They think staying quiet means you've given up. They think it means you're afraid, hurt, or trying to play games. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Silence isn't weakness, it's emotional discipline. It takes strength to stop reacting. It takes confidence to stop chasing. It takes self-respect to say, I'm not going to beg for attention. When you choose silence, you're not trying to manipulate anyone. You're not pretending. You're not running. You're simply allowing the situation to reveal itself. Because when you stop reaching out, there's no confusion anymore. There's no mixed signals. There's no emotional noise. Only truth remains. Either she notices your absence or she doesn't, and both outcomes give you clarity. Silence says, I know my worth, and I won't chase someone who's unsure about me. That's not weakness. That's strength in its purest form. Point 4. No contact reveals the truth. When you finally step back and stop reaching out, something powerful happens. The noise disappears. The confusion fades. And the truth comes to the surface. Because when you go no contact, only two outcomes are possible. Either she feels your absence, realizes it matters, and reaches out to you, or she doesn't. And here's what you need to understand. Both outcomes are a win. If she comes back, it's not because you chased her. It's not because you convinced her. It's because she chose you. And that choice actually means something. But if she doesn't come back, you gain something just as valuable: clarity. You stop wasting emotional energy. You stop living in uncertainty. You stop investing in someone who wasn't meant to stay in your life. No contact removes false hope and replaces it with truth. And once you have truth, you have freedom. Because clarity doesn't trap you, it sets you free. Point 5. If you must see her, act neutral, not cold. Sometimes disappearing completely isn't possible. Maybe you work together. Maybe you study together. Maybe your lives are still connected in some way. And in situations like this, a lot of men make a big mistake. They either become cold and distant or overly friendly and available. Both are wrong. Being cold shows you're hurt. Being overly nice shows you're still chasing. The strongest position is neutral. You stay polite, you stay calm, you keep things brief. No emotional conversations, no long talks, no unnecessary engagement. You treat her the same way you would treat a casual acquaintance, someone you respect but aren't invested in. This shows emotional control. This shows confidence. This shows maturity. And here's the most important part. You are always the first one to end the interaction. A short conversation, a positive tone, then you walk away. That balance sends a powerful message without saying a single word. Point 6. Always be the one who walks away first. This point is subtle, but it's extremely powerful. When you're interacting with her, whether it's at work, school, or somewhere you can't avoid, who ends the conversation matters. If you linger, if you try to keep the conversation going, if you look for excuses to stay longer, you silently communicate attachment. But when you're the one who ends the interaction, you communicate the opposite. You show emotional independence. You show self-control. You show that your time and attention are valuable. Ending the conversation first doesn't mean being rude or abrupt. It means keeping things short, positive, and calm. Good talking to you. Take care. Then you leave. That simple action changes the entire dynamic. Because now if there's curiosity, if there are feelings still there, if there's any desire to reconnect, she's the one who has to close the distance. And that's exactly where you want the balance to be. Point 7. If there are shared responsibilities, treat it like business. Sometimes cutting contact completely isn't an option. You might share kids. You might share finances. You might still need to coordinate schedules or responsibilities. In these situations, the rule is simple. Remove emotion from the interaction. You're not there to relive the past. You're not there to explain how you feel. You're not there to seek closure. You're there to handle what needs to be handled efficiently and respectfully. That means short conversations, clear communication, no emotional depth unless she brings it up first. You stay polite, you stay calm, you stay focused on solutions. Once the task is done, the conversation ends. This approach protects your emotional energy and keeps you grounded. Because when you treat the interaction like business, you stop reopening wounds and you start reclaiming control over your life. Point 8. Use this time for honest self-reflection. Once the noise settles and the contact stops, you're left with something powerful: time. And what you do with that time matters. Instead of replaying conversations or obsessing over what she did, turn the focus inward. Ask yourself honest questions. Where did I overinvest too early? Where did I ignore red flags? Where did I compromise my boundaries just to keep her? This isn't about blaming yourself, it's about growth. Because if you don't reflect, you risk repeating the same pattern with someone new. Self-reflection is how you turn pain into progress. You take the lessons, you adjust your standards, you strengthen your boundaries. And when you do that, you don't just heal, you evolve. The goal isn't to become bitter. The goal is to become better. And that starts with brutal honesty with yourself. Point 9. Don't make one person your entire world. One of the biggest mistakes people make in relationships is building their entire life around one person. When your happiness, your motivation, and your sense of purpose depend on someone else, losing them feels like losing everything. And that's dangerous. Your life needs more than one source of meaning. You need goals that excite you, passions that energize you, a direction that pulls you forward. When your life is full, rejection hurts less, and confidence grows naturally. This doesn't make you cold or detached, it makes you grounded. Because when someone walks away, your world doesn't collapse, it adjusts. And that strength is attractive, not just to others, but to yourself. Build a life you're proud of, and relationships become a complement to your happiness, not the source of it. Point 10. The real win is becoming someone who no longer needs her. The ultimate goal isn't getting her back. That might sound surprising, but it's the truth. The real win is reaching a point where you no longer need validation from someone who chose to walk away. When you focus on yourself, your mindset, your body, your purpose, your discipline, something changes. You stop chasing, you stop reacting emotionally, you start standing firmly in your own value. And from that position, everything shifts. If she comes back, you're no longer desperate, you're selective. If she doesn't, you're not broken, you're free. That's real power. Because when you become stronger, more grounded, and more self-respecting than you were before, you don't lose, you level up. And that version of you doesn't chase, he attracts.
Remember this, if someone wants to be in your life, they'll make it easy. If they don't, forcing it only delays your growth. Step back, stand tall, focus forward. The right people always find those who respect themselves. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. I'll see you in the next one.